On the top end of the perimeter, it's a busy stretch of I-285. In fact, what part of 285 is not busy? It was shut down today near Georgia 400. Ever a mess in that area after a bunch of dirt ended up on the road. A viewer sent us this picture of what it looked like. It looks like a landslide blocking several lanes. He asked us to find out what was going on. Tonight, Caitlin Ross is live with some answers. Caitlin, what do we know?
Jeff, we had to find out what was going on here. This is the result you can see behind me. Traffic at a slowdown all around the top end for hours, and it's because of a GDOT project that's going on. You can see all of their equipment just across the street here. They're blasting for a new on-ramp. I talked to GDOT, and we actually have video of that blast where you can see exactly what happened here. A GDOT spokesperson told me that blasting is not an exact science, and they actually anticipate that things like this will happen, that some of that dirt, some of that debris will end up on the roadway, so they actually travel with their own cleanup crew. They say, no, this was not on purpose that all of that dirt ended up in the roadway, but they were prepared for that. They actually had that cleanup crew ready to go. They got to work as soon as that happened. They were able to clear the debris up with just in a few hours, but as you can imagine, just at the beginning of rush hour, it was a nasty bit of traffic for people trying to get up around the top end. That is cleared up now, but the remnants of that traffic are still hanging out here. So if you are driving around here about to head home, I would investigate some alternates because it's pretty nasty out here. Reporting live, Caitlin Ross, 11 Alive News.